CEO Donald Trump card's contentious candidate for the high trial, Brett Kavanaugh, has been sworn in next weeks of hostile discussion. The Senate over-supported his appointment by 50 votes to 48. Mr. Kavanaugh had been involved in a painful fight to staff off claims of sex attack, that he denies. His confirm hands Mr. Trump card a policy win front of key medium-term elections in November. Of The Voice, hundreds of human beings protested versus Mr. Kavanaugh's appointment at the U.S. Capitol in Washington. For The Voice, some protesters shouted embarrassment of the social balcony and defect President Mike Pence had to urge for procedure to be recovered. Mr. Kavanaugh's assignment is for lifetime and he will reinforce prudent monitoring of the 9-judge trial, that has the definitive say on U.S. Act. The 53-year-old was sworn in on Saturday night in an individual right at the high trial. Head Judiciary John Roberts managed the Constitution vow, and retired Judiciary Anthony Kennedy, whom Mr. Kavanaugh is substitute, managed the court vow. Protesters had collected external the trial and at one spot several ran up the stairs and banged on its florid doors. Some rally climbed on the neighboring image of Judiciary. He shipped out a chirp of congratulations, after he told to reporters on board Air Strength a proverb Mr. Kavanaugh had withstood a terrible assault by the Democrats and how female were offended at which had happened to the candidate. Mr. Trump card as well told he was 100% specific how the female who had charged Mr. Kavanaugh of sex attack, Christine Blasey Wade, had mentioned the incorrect man. The top building is break 51 to 49 in favor of the Republicans and The Voice was substantially on side channel. In the late down there was really a couple vote profit, the nearest appointment Voice with 1881. The just side dissent were Republican Sen. Lisa Murkowski, who had designed to voice no, and Democrat Joe Manchin, who elect affirmative. How should include intended a 51 to 49 coincide, but the lack of Republican Steve Daines, a yes elector who was at his child's marriage, changed the definitive figures. Ms. Murkowski opted instead of to just mark herself as this, outgoing the definitive Voice 50 to 48. In their definitive summations, the two Senate side leaders reflecting how painful the share had been. Minority Group Democrat lead Cast Schumer told Mr. Kavanaugh did not own on the seat as he had shaded his view to the us human beings, often misguided the Senate and brought one of the bitterest and largest supporter testimonies always introduced by a candidate. He as well told Mr. Trump card had stooping to new depths in derisive the evidence of Christine Blasey Wade. Mr. Schumer told how for all such who opposed the appointment, down there is one reply, Voice in the November medium-term elections. Most Republican lead Mitch McConnell told Mr. Kavanaugh was a severe scientist, a shiny undergraduate of the law and a scrupulous and devoted social man. He told events head tense our main principles of justice and judiciary and how the Voice showed the Senate was an establishment wherever testimony and facts question. He tell of bullying by the crowd and told the Senate Voice should be one to rotate off of dark. Ms. Murkowski had overtold how though Mr. Kavanaugh was a nice person, he was no the order man for the trial at the period and his exterior of indecency has been inevitable. Joe Manchin is cladding a hard de-election campaigning in Western Virginia, a historically Republican country how Mr. Trump card won by a landslip. He told he found Magistrate Kavanaugh to be a skilled lawyer. Down there were shouts of embarrassment of the social balcony as he elect affirmative. Two Republican waverers, Susan Collins and Jeff Serial, eventually solved to behind the magistrate. Brett Kavanaugh's confirmed to the high trial has been solved. The policy warfare, yet, is fair start. Donald Trump card's trial choose engendered a debate how seized the nationality's focus in a way how few policy issues do. It engendered everyday headlines rivaled just by the U.S. quadrennial president elections. Now how the bombs include been deserted, he's period to evaluate the radioactive fallout. Mainly, he's the definitive arbitrator of U.S. Act. It has the final say on such a controversial issues as miscarriage and gun monitoring. The Democrats are yet suffering of the early high trial assignment. Republicans' recent year effectively stalled the trial, importance it bring down to Mr. Trump card, not Barack Obama, to put forward the new judiciary. Mr. Trump card's selection of Neil Gorsuch intensified the prudent propensity. All eyes will now be on November's medium-term elections. Mr. Trump card will be capable to campaigning on the behind of an essential win, but commentators will be observer close how the Kavanaugh case affects female voters.